Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? This is the time for the Ruby Girl Talk. Hey, hey, hey. This is Kay, your favorite Ruby Girl. I am so excited tonight. I have my fellow leadership experience tour people with me, speakers, comrades, colleagues, whatever, friends and family now, whatever we want to call each other. I am so excited. Y'all don't know how awesome it is to be able to sit and to chat with them. I am so glad that you have tuned in. So the first thing I want you to do, I want you to share this video. I want you to share it, share it, share it. So not only you can hear what these people have to say, but also that you can share with your friends so your friends can hear them. They have something awesome to say tonight. So I want you to tune in. I want you to pay attention. I want you to hit them likes, but I especially want you to hit them hearts because we love to see some love floating up. Right, y'all?
Yes.
Right. All right.
Yes.
I need the energy level. Let's
Yes.
start all over. Right, y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how we're gonna bring it
That's how
next
we're gonna bring
week.
it.
All right, all right. So I'm excited about tonight. So once again, welcome to the Ruby Girl Talk. I am Kay, your favorite Ruby girl, and tonight I have with me also again for those that's just getting in, those that are late, those that are running a few minutes behind, so that you know we all have something in common. And what is it? We are speaking February the 12th, which is next week. All of us are speaking on the Shawn Fair Leadership Experience Tour. And when I tell you that is the number one platform for speakers, it is a privilege to be on his stage. So he only picks the best. So tonight I have some of the best here to interview. So before we get started, I want y'all to all go on my page, find this video and share it on your page so that your people can also see this video. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to say in June of last year, I spoke about triumph and I spoke about tragedy to having victory over it, and from there to being a Ruby girl. And so Ruby girl comes from Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above the price of a ruby. So when I spoke in June about it, it was empowering to me, and that others around me was inspired by what I had to say. And so I want you to know, don't let anybody define you because of what you've been through. Only let God define you. And that's what Ruby Girl is all about. So if you would like to support Ruby Girl, go to rubygirl.net, rubygirl.net, and support the movement. And don't forget, every Thursday is Ruby Girl Day. That's the day when we as women celebrate how rare, virtuous, and valuable we are. So, all right, we're going to start with the introduction. I'm going to start with Miss Wendy. Hey, Miss Wendy, tell us a little bit
Oh,
about yourself.
yeah. So thank you so much for having me. My name is Wendy G Mayo. I am a nurse practitioner and stress solution strategist, and I empower individuals and organizations to manage their stress so they can show up in the world the way they want to be seen.
I like that. I like it. Reverend Dixon.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Hi,
Hey.
everyone. My name is Reverend Roger Dixon Sr. I am a present mentor helping men and women in the criminal justice system find their level of success so they can succeed. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, Reverend Dixon. And we have L LaShawn. L LaShawn, go ahead.
My name is L LaShawn Fairley, also known as the ADHD cutie on single mompreneur duty. So I am a single mom to a 18-year-old who also shares the diagnosis of ADHD with me. And my main brand and business is to empower other Black ADHD women to silence the shame and speak out about the stigma of ADHD.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we have finally, we saved the best for last, Mr. Jermaine Stanley. Go ahead.
All right, thanks, Ron. Thanks for having me on. Everyone, love to see you. My name is Jermaine Stanley. I'm the founder and CEO of Stanley Consulting Group. I'm passionate about helping leaders build initiatives that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in their organizations. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So we have some business owners on here, but their passion is speaking. They know the importance of using their voice to impact lives. And so let's get started, y'all, with the interview. I'm not going to hold y'all up. I don't hold anybody up. So if you just tuning in, share like. Share and share like. It's nice to share. Sharing means that you care. And then also give us some hearts, put some questions out there for us, put some comments out there for us, because we want to hear from you. Feedback us as much as you want to. We won't get mad. So everybody here has something in common. Y'all would never guess. We have all been selected to speak on the LaShawn Fairley Leadership Experience Tour. You got it right if you said that. Now, I want Wendy, I want you to tell us, how has the experience been for you?
This has been an amazing experience because in life, creating new connections and relationships is very important. And I have met some phenomenal people, despite not meeting them in person, which I will next week. But I have met some phenomenal individuals, and Shawn Fair himself is such an incredible individual, just really creating this platform for us to actually come and share our gifts with the world. So it has been an amazing experience. Rachel as well, also another phenomenal individual who's leading the team. But it has been great just to develop new relationships and connections and learn so many different things, all these different specialties, all these different experts. So I hope that, following this tour, we can collaborate and really just enhance our abilities to serve the world better.
Love that. I really love that, Wendy. And your words are very true. The whole experience is life-changing. And you haven't got the full experience yet, but once you do, you're going to be like, I'm so glad I did this. So Reverend Dixon has been on the stage before. Wendy is new to the LaShawn Fair Leadership Tour. So Reverend Dixon, tell us, how is the experience going for you and why did you do it again?
Oh, why I did it again. I'm excited. I'm still excited from last June. I have that energy within me to move forward. This is like team. All the speakers, this time got about 50 speakers. To me, it's family. It's all about family. So I treat, the individuals I met last year and this year, that we come together as a team being family first, that we share love, and we help each other grow. Because my mentor all the time is, success is yours. Do you want it? Don't give it away. Thank you.
Go ahead, Reverend Dixon. Put that quote on in there. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're dealing with professionals. Love it. So L LaShawn, tell us about your experience so far on the tour.
I, like Wendy, am new to the experience. Actually, this is my very first time speaking on stage, period. I've done like podcast interviews and radio blogs, but this is my very first ever speaking on stage. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I thank Shawn Fair and Rachel again for this amazing, amazing opportunity. It's just like, it's like first class all the way.
Yes. You know what? If I had to come up with some words, those would be the exact words. It's a step up. It's a step above. And you're dealing with professionals. That's what I love. Patient professionals that really want to see you win, not just see you stand on this stage and make them look good, but they want to see you win. So Jermaine, I'm gonna have to stop making you last tonight. The next question, you're gonna be first. So tell me, how have you been feeling about this whole experience? Can you top what they have said?
Well, I agree with everything that's been said so far, and it's okay to be last. I'm fine. No problem with that. But I could tell you the enormity of this really just hit me last week. So we've been going through the rehearsals. We've been, studying and practicing on our own, taking in the nuggets of information, which I really value from Shawn and his team. But the enormity of this is like, wow, you're going to get out there and you're going to be able to tell the world your story.
Yes.
And that's been impactful for me. And this has got me locked in now, I'll tell you.
It is. I mean, if you think about the millions, I'm going to say millions of people, lives that we're going to change and that we're going to affect with your story, with your presence, and the words that you're going to be sharing with them. It's somebody out there that needs to hear what you got to say. And let me tell you, it is not easy, y'all, to step out on the stage and expose yourself. It's not easy to stand up there and even share a familiar story with millions of people, because you stand up there asking people to judge you, to believe in you, and to receive what you got to say. You have to have the confidence. As our mentor Shawn says, you got to own the stage. You got to command the stage. And these four right here, I know they will command the stage next week. And I want you to be a part of it. I really do. I don't want you to miss seeing the Leadership Experience Tour, because there's something that you're going to hear exactly what you needed, been praying about, been hoping, been waiting for the answer. Somebody you're going to connect with, and then you're going to be like, this is what I needed. So, all right, y'all. So I'm nosy. I'm real nosy. So Wendy, what is your speech going to be about?
My speech is going to be about the importance of stress management, which is so relevant right now since we are in the middle of a global pandemic. And I think as a nation, we normalize stress, but we don't really understand the implications of stress, especially being a nurse practitioner. Stress is associated with so many things, especially mental illness. Like we're hearing a lot of suicides. Stress is a precursor to that. So I'm going to be talking about the importance of managing stress in order to really live your best life and share your gifts with the world. Because that's what we all want to do. We all want to walk in our purpose and share our gifts with the world, but we really have to manage stress. We really have to key in on that. So that's what I'll be talking about next week.
I can't wait to hear you. I really can't. I'm going to try to squeeze up there on that front row. Because like I said, I'm nosy. I don't want to miss none of y'all's speech. So Reverend Dixon, tell us, give us a preview of what you're going to talk about this time.
I'm gonna give you a preview of what I'm gonna talk about, because I'm passionate what I'm about to say. I help men and women in the criminal justice system find their level of success. And what my speech is about is the success rate that I have within my group setting, that the world can see them, who they are. They are very authentic and they are champions, because success breeds champions and they're successful. So when they get out, they come see me and I follow with them and allow them to give back to the community and continue to uplift their family. I'm passionate about that. So that's why I'm slowing down right now, so everybody knows exactly what I'm saying, because it's my passion. It's what I live for every single day.
I love that. You are the voice of those that voices have been locked away. Amen. People judge them so much. I read a story today where this man had met this couple and the lady was reading the Bible. And he said, do you think there's forgiveness for me for what I've done? He said, I've been to prison. He said, but, I paid my time for it. And so the lady, witnessed to him. He left, came back with this raggedy Bible. And he told her, he said, my family won't forgive me, but will you please show me where that scripture is so I can read it and so that I know that I have been forgiven. So a lot of times people make mistakes. We make mistakes. Our mistakes might not be as major as theirs, but I thank you for being a voice for them. And I can't wait to hear what you got to say, because I believe it's going to change our hearts about how judging them, about looking down on them, not realizing they just need a second chance, just like God gave us a second chance. So Jermaine, I told you wasn't going to be last this time. So tell me about your speech. I can't wait.
Well, I'm very passionate, like everyone else is here. And if anything, the pandemic has shown us over the last couple of years, we still have a lot of work to do on the DEI front. And for that reason, I'm going to be talking about why diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI, still matters. And I look forward to sharing the rest of my story during the Let tour.
I'm excited to hear about it too. And you're right, we have a lot of work to do. The pandemic, the George Floyd incident showed us where we thought we was progressing and we was getting ahead, that we're still stuck in some places and a lot of places. L LaShawn, I love seeing your name. L LaShawn, could you tell me, dear, what are you going to talk about next week?
I too am very passionate about my topic because it is ADHD. And as I said, my son and I both have been diagnosed with that. We share the diagnosis. My speech, though, will be about the symptoms of ADHD, what they really look like, because most people don't know. You can't really look at a person and just tell they have ADHD. So I'm going to speak on that, what those symptoms look like in real life.
Okay. Could we get a few symptoms so we can look around and know, who we've been, hanging with, and they got ADHD, we can diagnose them now.
A couple of the big ones are, it's distractibility, inattention, unfocused, and impulsivity. But what that look like could be where someone's always forgetting things, just regular things that they would do every day, like forgetting to lock the door, forgetting to take their clothes out of the washer and put them in the dryer, leaving the milk out because they got distracted and went off and did something else. Someone who is constantly interjecting into conversations. They're not doing it to be rude. Their brain is just so busy. And as soon as something comes in, they've got to say it or they'll forget it.
Got you. I just wrote out a list of some people I know, some people I work with. They fit all that criteria. I'm telling you, girl. So, all right. Now, the speech you are presenting on February the 12th, which is next week, y'all. So look, if you look up in the posting section, I have each one of them ticket link up there. And so they need your support. They're here pouring out into you. So you pour out to them, support them. But the speech you're presenting next week, how does it relate to your brand or your life circumstance? And I'll start with Reverend Dixon.
All right. My brand was in the quote that I quoted earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm passionate about what I do with the helping men and women in the criminal justice system. And what I would like people to do to understand what I do is own your success. Don't give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to just be who you are, be authentic. A lot of fake people out here today. And we got to go between all that. But most important of all, my brand is to let people know how I can help them, how they can help me, how we can help each other. Mm-hmm. It's about the team. The team is all of us, the human race around the world. It's about all of us coming together, no matter who we are. And that's what I stress with my group that I minister to incarcerated individuals.
So let me ask you this. How did you know that this was your passion? Was somebody in your family you went to prison? How did you get that connection? Because it's a special calling to go up in the prisons, and help those that are in there. They got to be able to relate to you, and you got to be able to relate to them.
Well, actually, what happened was 30 years ago, there was a lady in my city asked me to be a part of their ministry. Mm-hmm. And I told her I would think about it. And about 3 or 4 days later, I went back to her. I said, well, I'll be a part of that. And that organization, that ministry is called Second Chance Ministry. I'm still part of that today. 30 years later, I answered the call. God spoke to her to speak to me. And I answered the call. So I'm still there today, 30 years later. And so that's how that happened. Sometimes God speaks to us through our family, our friends, and maybe people might not like us. And we got to hear those individuals, speak to us, and so we can engage in doing what God called us to do, because we don't know the day or the hour that we be called from this earth home, be with the Lord.
That's true.
Amen. So that's how I got started. Yes.
Wow, that's an interesting story, and you're so right. So that leads me to Wendy. So Wendy, you talk about how stress affect people, and I'm sure a lot of people in prison that stress was on them and caused them to make a decision that they had to give up some years of their life for. So tell us how your speech is gonna it affects your brand or connects with your brand or even your life circumstances.
Yeah, so as the CEO and founder of the Stress Blueprint, we empower individuals and organizations, to manage their stress, really so they can enhance health, wellness, and overall well-being. And we do that through training, speaking, and coaching. So my speech is about the importance of stress management, so it aligns very well with my brand. And how I fell into that is because people know me as being the confident, sure, certain, right? Individual woman, right? In my personal and professional life. When the pandemic hit, I definitely had a shift where stress really paralyzed me. And that's the story I'll talk about. And in that shift, I found that I'm able to serve in a different way and help people really transform their lives by managing their stress. I have done it multiple times. And it's fascinating when people manage their stress and align with their purpose. It's amazing what they're doing out in the world. So that's how my speech aligns with my brand.
Can we have one tip on how to handle stress?
Yeah, one tip to handle stress is really getting quiet, asking yourself, what is it that I need right now? That one question is a great start. Many times we don't slow down enough to really, and we have the answer. It's just about slowing down and really asking yourself, what do I need right now? And what's the next best step?
That's amazing because the world teaches us to go. Everything is fast now.
Absolutely.
Our cell phone take too long, internet taking you too long. We just want things to go. But you're right. Sometimes we have to sit and just be quiet. God talks about rest in the Bible. It's ordained, but we see it as a weakness, but we don't understand our body needs rest. And when it don't, it gets stressed. Oh, we don't get rest, we get stressed. So that's a t-shirt for you. So L
Put it in
LaShawn.
rubies. Put it in rubies.
Yeah, put rubies all over it. L LaShawn. So you know about being busy, being on the move. So how is your speech going to relate to your brand, or does it relate to your life? We kind of already know that answer.
It's both. My brand is the ADHD cutie on single mompreneur duty. So again, it is, single mom with ADHD sharing that diagnosis with her young adult son. And that is my life. That was our life. And, for years, I didn't know that I had it, even after dealing with him and his struggles with his ADHD. He was diagnosed way back in kindergarten. I just got diagnosed a few years ago. It's highly hereditary. So.
Oh, it's hereditary?
ADHD is highly hereditary. So if you have kids that have it, either mama and daddy have it. They can deny it all they want to, but either mama or daddy have it.
Now that's something that's new. And I never think about it in adults. I just think kids have it and then they grow out of it. I don't think that I just thought it was just a kid thing, because that's the only time, y'all, we really hear about it is that kids. And it's something new, really, because I think about growing up, I don't remember hearing that term or anything like that. So it's kind of like all of a sudden the kids now that used to be running, playing and all this, now they try to label them.
That's it, Karen. That's what happened. We stopped exercising because exercise is one of the best ways to manage your ADHD symptoms. That is one of the best ways to manage your symptoms. And we've stopped doing that. We've stopped going outside, getting exercises. Even the schools have stopped doing it.
Really?
They don't go for recess.
Oh my God, that was the best time of school, was recess, so we could terrorize each other.
Because that was my thing when I was fighting with for my son, I would ask them, well, if you'll let him get out and run, you'd have a better outcome. Well, we only have like 10, 15 minutes for recess. What is that gonna do? They're locked up for 8, 9 hours in the classroom and they only get 15 minutes to run around outside. Yeah, and then when I saw the recess area, it's nothing like how ours used to be. Nothing. Remember, we had the swing and the sidewalk.
The monkey bars.
Monkey, but yeah, no.
Oh, wow. You know, and that's, I mean, if you think about it, prisoners get more time outside.
They get time out. They get to go out in the yard and play basketball and lift weights.
Yeah, that's important.
See in the movies.
Very important. All right, Mr. Jermaine, I put you back in that last spot.
I told you I wasn't going to take it personal.
I'm glad you don't. You know, don't be I am and me right now. Why am I always last? You know.
Right.
So, how is your speech related to your brand, or is it related to your life?
Well, it's a little bit of both. And, you know, for me, you know, the passion is based on the experience I've had, you know, throughout my career. You know, I had 2 engineering degrees, figured coming out of the east side of Detroit, I did mention that, right? From the hood, that, you know, I had this dream that I would be sitting at a big, nice desk, nice comfy chair on the top floor somewhere, running things, you know, the big boss, right? But whoa, was I in for a rude awakening when I came out of undergrad. I did not realize how corporate America was going to view or accept me. And yes, the systemic racism, the attaboys, you know, in forms of microaggressions and things of that nature, led me to doing things like code switching. And several of us on this call will know what I mean by code switching. And that's just basically changing how you act, look, talk, how you deliver yourself in the company of white people. And that's the technical definition that the Harvard Business Review gives you. And that was from 2019. But simply put, the non-technical is Black folks just trying to make white folks feel comfortable. So that ethos is in me, you know, that mantra. So that's part of what I want to share with the world is, yeah, it's nothing new. Black men, Black women, Latino men and women have struggled with this for years. I'm actually also Latino. So it's a little bit in me. I mean, it's all inside, is oozing. So I want to share this with the world.
Right. We need to hear this because a lot of people, if you're not in corporate America, you just don't understand. I can't really talk about the stuff that I see on my job because I still need my job, but I see a lot of stuff. Now, when I'm ready to get for them to let me go, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to tell everything. You hear me? But yeah. I have seen stuff in corporate America, just like I remember one time I was working at this one place and it really showed me, this one business really showed me how certain races stick together. I don't care how much they say that they love you, but when it comes down to that corporate level, they're going to go with who looks like them. And so I've seen a lot of things, but I just understand that's just how corporate is. Not saying that it's right, but I thank God for people like you that's willing to speak out about it. So guess what time it is, y'all? It's time for a break. So what we do during our break is I get to rest while y'all do the work. So as I told everybody, and I hope you're putting up some hearts, send up some hearts, send up some love, show us some love. So everybody has their ticket link in the posting section. So this game is called the 60-second pitch to get a ticket sale. So they're each are going to give you a 60-second pitch about why you should buy a ticket from them. Now, just simply put their name in the chat if you would buy a ticket from them. I'm not asking you to buy one now, but if you would, we're just saying, put their name in the chat so we can see who is going to win this pitch contest. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All hands went up at once, right? Okay, we'll start with Reverend Dixon, then Jermaine. We'll let the men go first, ladies. Okay. Then L LaShawn, and then Miss Wendy. Y'all got it? All right. right, Reverend Dixon, go ahead. And while you do that, I'm gonna be checking the comments.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why did you buy a ticket from me? My name is Reverend Roger Dixon Sr. I'm the master mentor counselor, helping men and women in the criminal justice system in my city find their level of success. I want them to engage, dream, and own their success, because success is theirs. They own it and don't give it away. And that's why I am passionate what I do, because you guys out there always support what I do. So I'm looking for everybody to support what I do so that we can engage together as a team, be part of the movement to make things happen. We got to be disruptive, disrupt the system from the norm, because we need prison reform. Thank you.
Jermaine.
Great. That's a hard act to follow there, I tell you.
Woo, sweat.
Whew, man. Jermaine Stanley here, diversity, equity, and inclusion expert. I am here to say to everyone out there, diversity, equity, and inclusion still matters. Every day in America, this is still happening, folks. Black men and women, Latino men and women have to prepare 2, 3, maybe sometimes 5 times as hard as their counterparts. And when I say counterparts, I'm talking about those folks who are not minority. And simply stated, we want our leaders, and I'm talking to the leaders here, you need to understand that we're not asking you to overcompensate for past wrongdoings. We want you to listen to us, right? Listen to your people, hear them, and check your biases at the door when it comes to interacting with the people that you consider minority. And I tell you, it's interesting that people out there want to build diversity, equity, and inclusion cultures. Well, you have to make meaningful change, leaders. You have to take meaningful actions and not just talk about it. For that reason, I want you to buy a ticket and come hear the rest of this speech. Thank you.
Hey, good job, Jermaine. So everybody out there, who did the better picture? Who would you buy a ticket from? Would you buy a ticket from Reverend Dixon? Or would you buy a ticket from Jermaine? These two men really brought it, ladies. They brought the heat. They put the pressure on. Can y'all handle it? We're not stressed, right, Wendy? And LaShawn, we're focused, right? All right. All right. L LaShawn, you ready? Go right ahead.
Okay, I want you to buy a ticket from me because I'm an actor. Oh, on stage, okay? I know you all know somebody who's either been labeled as weird or goofy, or they just don't think. You always have to remind them over and over and over again. They're always late, no time management skills. They forget a lot of stuff, simple stuff. I know you know somebody like that, or that could be you. And you're tired of that shame and blame and feeling misunderstood, then yes, I definitely want you to buy a ticket from me, because I'm going to sum it up for you. Get that monkey off your back, okay? I got you. I got you.
So she's gonna help you get rid of your monkey.
ADHD monkey off your back.
All right. All right. Good job, L LaShawn. So Miss Wendy, can you wrap it up? Can you blast it? Can you show them what let represent? All right. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, so again, my name is Wendy Garvin Mayo. I'm a nurse practitioner and stress solution strategist. And stress is a silent killer. And as a result of individuals working with me, I have helped them reduce their stress by over 80%, improve their occupational wellness by creating work-life balance, and improving their personal and professional relationships. So you want to be in the house, because I am going to share my formula on what I share with my clients that allowed them to achieve those results. So I want you to buy a ticket so you can come and be in the house and hear all of us, because you are going to benefit from each and every one of the speakers who grace the stage. So I don't care what link you click on, but click on a link and join us.
Girl, Shawn must have coached you before you came on here, right?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Right. Do
Good
you? I
job.
feel that
Not
Shawn
fair.
Fair vibe. I'm really feeling it. You know. So, all right, y'all. Just simply put the name. Who would you buy a ticket from? Just put the name in there. And I love the fact, Wendy, that you incorporated all of us, all y'all up in there. And thank you. See, that's what it's about. It's about family, and it's about us lifting each other up. Because like when I went through the tour, it was like, I need you to win because we're all gonna win, but we're not gonna leave not one person behind. And the support, I'm telling you, the vibe of support is high in that place. And it's gonna be awesome this year because y'all, they got the 360 booth where the camera goes around you. Oh, I can't wait. If y'all do not know where I'm at, go look in that booth. I'm gonna be up there all the time with that camera going round and round. I'm gonna be dizzy. I'm gonna be on stage. So if you see me do a little of this on stage, you know I've been in that 360-degree booth too much. And so not only that, we're gonna have vendors there so you can shop, and they're also dynamic speakers. You hear me?
Mhm.
Dynamic speakers. We got professional up there, motivational speakers coming in, motivational speakers that are connected to Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, I think that's her name, Lisa Nichols, and more big name motivational speakers that you might have heard from. They're going to be gracing the stage with us. Do y'all understand that they're going to be standing in the same spot that we're standing? We're going to watch these speakers on TV, and now some of these speakers, they're going to share the stage with us. It's so awesome. And so if you're thinking about being a speaker, you got to connect with Shawn Fair. Even if you're not thinking about being a speaker and you want to get your pitch right, you want to be able to explain your business just right, connect with Shawn Fair. Shawn is the #1 speaker, emerging speaker, been there, done that, a professional. He will get you to the next level. So it's Shawn Fair. All right. So this is the ending part of the show. I have a few questions for you. So how do you think your speaking career, your business will benefit from being a part of the Leadership Experience Tour? Who wants to go first?
I'll shoot out there first.
Go on, Mr. Jermaine, #1 in the house.
Yes, I'll change up the game a little bit here. First to last to first, right? That's always the
Yes.
story, right? For me, it's the platform that you're connecting to. As you've indicated, the Shawn's Leadership Experience Tour is the #1 platform out there to help up and coming speakers have a platform to actually practice and to hone their skills. And folks, this is all about networking here as well. Let's not forget ourselves about that. And remember that you're as strong as your network is. And I'll just share a little sidebar here. Back in 2009, when the great crash of Wall Street, housing crash, all that other good stuff, I lost my job. I lost my job. And I can tell you that I was caught off guard. And I'll also say this, that I made it a mission from that day to have a strong network. And today that network has served me very, very well. So I'll leave you all with that. Thank you.
Wow. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Whew. Wow. That's all I can say. Very good. I love it, Jermaine. I love it. Who's next? Miss L LaShawn, go ahead.
I think that the experience will benefit me the most because, like I said, this is my first time being out on stage. So just that experience alone, that exposure and the networking will help me to grow and get better so I can go out more and more and spread this message about ADHD to stop that stigma and silence that shame so more women will be able to speak out like I am. And then they can go and join Shawn's tour and learn from his expert tutelage. But for me, I will be on Oprah's network.
Right. That's
Speak
right.
it, girl. Speak it. So, Miss Wendy, you want to go next?
Sure. So being part of this experience allows me to amplify my message to more people globally. I'm going to say globally, not nationally. And also networking and community. Jermaine hit the nail on the head. We all can benefit from coming together and helping each other in any way possible. So that community is very essential to me personally, not only to my business, but the business side is just really amplifying the message and getting out there the importance of stress management. Stress management is essential to your mental and physical health. So that's how it's going to benefit me.
I totally agree. I benefited greatly from being on that tour. The people I connected with, and then one thing people don't understand, there are a lot of platforms out there for you to speak on, but what makes Shawn's platform different is Shawn wants you to be where he's at. Shawn will give you the tips, the tricks, whatever he's got to, the links to get where he's at. He doesn't feel threatened by anybody. He just feel like it's his calling. You can tell this is his calling to help those that are behind him. Most people get up high and don't reach back. Shawn reaches all the way back and he takes us with him. And when I tell you he's approachable, down to earth, calm, it's unbelievable. So Reverend Dixon, go ahead, tell us how you're gonna benefit from it.
Well, actually, as far as benefiting from that, as far as last year, I was able to benefit, and I know this time I benefit more by the individuals that bought tickets from me and told the family and friends who I didn't even know, and vice versa. And I think that we can engage, as we indicated before, as a family, that we come together. But the most important thing of all, that I would get this message out there, so this not so much be happening here in the United States, we can be worldwide, working with people that has been incarcerated in prisons and jails. This is not just here in America. I want eventually in the next 10 years, I would like to be a platform around the world, helping men and women, even the juvenile system, reach that level of fairness. And also, as indicated before, that prison reform. But I benefit because, my first time on the stage, my family, friends, and spread the message. I was on stage, and now people want to see me again. People I don't even know, because I do have a podcast as well, and I want some of you guys to be on my podcast as well, spread your message as well.
Thank you. I got a surprise for y'all. Y'all won't believe it. So I'm gonna give you the last question so I can tell you the surprise. Okay. So who has spoken on other platform besides what? Major platform. Okay. So Wendy, what makes Leadership Experience Tour different from the other platforms that you spoke on?
Well, first of all, it's live.
Yeah.
Haven't been live in a long time. But really the people, I think, we said it, Shawn Fair, he's leading this effort, and, he sets the tone. So he's the one that really makes it different from other platforms. Everybody brings their own sauce, so to speak. But Shawn's incredible. He's been such a joy to work with. And like you said, he's approachable. I had a number of one-on-ones with him, just a great individual. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully this is not my last time on the platform. So yeah.
You got to do it twice. You don't do it. If you got to do it twice. Cause I was like, when I walked away, I was like, I would love to do it again, but I don't think I can. And then when Shawn came up with inviting people back that already spoke, I was like, God, you heard my heart's desire. So I got one more question, and this gonna be it. And I'm gonna tell you the surprise. I'm so excited. As a motivational speaker, what do you want your listeners to take away? Who wants to take this $1 million question? All right, L LaShawn.
For my listeners, I want them to take away that ADHD is not the end all be all. You are not the faulty version of normal if you have ADHD. ADHD is, in its basic form, it's a neurotransmitter deficiency. which affects your executive function skills. So how is that your fault? How are you to be shamed and blamed for that? Last time I checked, we don't create our own brains. So people have got to really understand what it is and what it's not, what
Okay,
it
of
looks
course.
like, and stop judging.
Okay. Could one of the gentlemen take the question?
I'll
Reverend
jump
Rock.
in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Reverend Dixon.
You got it.
All right, so I'll say it again. I want the listeners, especially those leaders of organizations, large or small, medium as well, diversity, equity, and inclusion still matters.
Yeah.
And if you embrace it, your culture will flourish, innovation will flourish. You'll be able to attract and retain positive, outgoing, diverse, top talent. Let's call it what it is. And guess what? Because of that, you're more attractive to those potential customers or clients. Think about that. That's what I want to leave the leaders with. Thank you.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And I hope someone in corporate heard you. Miss Wendy?
Can I just say something to it, Jermaine?
Yes, you can.
Say this to those leaders who's listening to Jermaine: sustainable solutions in terms of DE&I, not a one and done, but sustainable solutions. I just wanted to tag that on.
And if you let me add a little bit more to that, I'm glad you brought that in. I said ethos and mantra earlier. If that happens, if a leader takes that because you set the tone at the top of the organization, it will proliferate throughout your organization. Thank you, Wendy.
Explain those two words for me, Jermaine.
Which words? Ethos and mantra?
Yeah, sound like some kids.
Yes, so ethos, E-T-H-O-S, that's your essence, that's you.
Okay.
When people see you, they're like, okay, it's synonymous to mantra, it's who you are, it's the way you are. And people see that.
Got you. Because some of our listeners might be like, "Oh, you talking about his kids?" Not like I was, No, just kidding. Okay. All right, y'all. All right. So I'm looking at the comments. Y'all ready for the comments? Okay.
You want me to get mine?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to be brief because I know you got a lot to say. I just want to say, as far as I want the listeners to take away as far as me, this is a movement. It's not about me. It's about what we can do together as a team, as a movement, how we can help men and women change their lives and change their family lives and their community to their area of success. And what we can do together is to be a part of this movement, that we can move forward, that we can make a difference in this whole world we live in, not so much in our city, in our state, this whole world, this global, it's about, being lovable. Or people might not love us, we love them. Thank you.
And Reverend Dixon, it's funny you say that. I go to a ministry called Global Empowerment Ministry, and my pastor is a millionaire. So he mentors us on being millionaires so that we can change not just our neighborhood, but to help those that are coming out of prison and keep going back, coming out because they don't have the resources to stay out. So we're able to give them jobs, give them employment. Jobs and employment, I guess it's the same, but give them places to stay and to help them out. So your vision definitely lines up with my pastor. He preaches it every Sunday that we are able to change the world through our business. So thank you so much for being passionate about it. So, okay. So Lisa said, while not the intent, we must be careful not to label someone based on their few characteristics. This is where we get in trouble. Labels can sometimes create damage, as we can be guilty of putting people in a box without looking beyond what the surface may appear. And that is so true. She said, best wishes to all of you. Rock the stage and remember the why. Y'all got this. Katrina, she rocked the stage with us in June. She said, good evening. And Kimberly was talking about code switching. She said she can't wait to hear you speak about it, Jermaine. So you got to really, really, really bring it, bring it, bring it. Okay. And then let me see. Lisa said, all of you are winners because each of you are showing up to deliver a purposeful message and make a difference in the lives of others. I am sending $25 to support all 5 of you. That's a surprise. Lisa sent a ticket. She brought a ticket from each and every one of us to support us, to let us know that she's there for us. But y'all don't know about Lisa. Lisa is the Ruby Girl of 2021. I had a Ruby Girl contest. She was the first winner of the first contest ever. And when I tell you this girl rocks everything that she do, she rocks everything that she do. And I know y'all would agree with me when I say this. Lisa, you need to be a part of the Shawn Fair Leadership Experience Tour, because it will open the door for you to get that TED Talk. That TED is a TED Talk, TEDx talk that you want to be on that stage. It would definitely accelerate it for you. So when you do, we would definitely support you any kind of way that we want. So we want to thank you tonight for your generous gift.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
You don't know how this is inspiring us, because we're putting a lot on the line, and you just see us up there those 8-10 minutes. You don't know all the months of preparation, going through rehearsal, thinking you got the right speech, and they tear to pieces and you have to start all over again. But when you get on that stage, you understand why they told you to say it like you needed to say it, why they told you to do this, and you do that, and you're grateful. It's kind of like when your parents discipline you, but then when you get older, you're like, I understand. I understand. So let me see. Kizzy rocked the stage with us. She said, love it, Reverend Dixon. So Reverend Dixon. Oh, okay. Reverend Dixon changed the narrative. Reverend Kimberly said, this is so long overdue. The continued punishment is unjust. Kizzy says she got on late, but she enjoyed each and every one of us. Wow, y'all. Amazing.
Amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So I want to thank I'm sorry.
I said, go ahead, Reverend Rev.
I know.
Everybody.
Hey, we're
everybody.
all winners. We're all winners. We're
Yeah,
all
all
winners.
winners.
Yes. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to come on the show tonight and to help support Leadership Experience Tour. Like I said, we're going to rock the stage next week. We're going to really shake up Troy, Michigan like it's never been shaken before. And so I want to thank you, Wendy, for sharing about stress. And so tonight, as we end and close the show, I want you to think about what Wendy shared with you tonight, how it is very important that we manage our stress. Because if we don't manage our stress will manage us. And when our stress manages us, it shows up in our body in so many different ways. And it shows up in our mind in a lot of ways. And so if you've been noticing the news, there's been a lot of suicide. And we look at the beauty queen that jumped off the building, and we looked at her life and we saw it as perfect. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was talented. She was really moving up. And so for us, we see no reason for it. But you got to think about it. She had a lot going on in her life, and I'm quite sure that caused stress on her. So we have to manage our stress, and Wendy is definitely going to rock the stage with giving you the tips and giving you the tools that you need to manage your stress. And then we have Reverend Dixon here. Reverend Dixon is so passionate about the citizens that are returning back into the world. And for these citizens, no telling how long they have been gone from society. So things are different from them. People that they knew have changed. Places they used to go is different. So it's like they enter in a whole virtual world for them. Our real world is virtual for them because they don't know how to fit in. They still stuck for when they first went into prison. But we have to all help them. We have to all help them transition. Don't keep holding over them what they're done. We all got a past, but God washed it away with the blood of Jesus. And when I tell you, like Reverend Dixon said, they need love, They need love, and that's what they need. They need love and they need support. And then we have Jermaine. Jermaine say, look, we gotta, in corporate, we gotta be fair. In corporate, we gotta be just. We gotta treat everybody the same, because why? We are all the same to God. God doesn't look at us and see a color. God looks at us and see a soul. And so we all can contribute. It doesn't matter that I'm a little chocolate, you're a little vanilla, somebody else is another color, it does not matter what color we all are. All that matters is what we bring to the table, how we can be productive. We're there to do a job, and we're there to do it well, no matter what color, no matter what race that we are. And then we have our darling ADHD cutie, L LaShawn. So L LaShawn begin to explain to us about them people that we look at, we think weird, we judge them because they're always late, they're always mismanaging things. We can't understand, why can't they get it together? Why can't they just think? Why can't they just focus? Because they can't. Because there's some things going on in their brain that they can't help. And so we have to give them a little bit more grace. You know that friend that always messes up, always forgets, always drops, always this. Give them a little bit more grace, because God gave us a lot of grace. So God, we have ADHD. We talk too much, we sin too much, we too disobedient, we can't focus on the word. So if God is patient with us, we got to be patient with others. So I want to thank everybody for listening tonight, participate, and I especially want to send a special shout out to the Ruby Girl of 2021, Lisa. Lisa, thank you for sowing seeds into our life. Please let us know how we can sow seeds into your life, because Lisa is a business owner. She's a baker. She don't really like to push bacon, but people are addicted to her cookies. I haven't tasted them yet, because I know once I taste them, I'm going to be off my sweet fast. So I'm laying low. But she's also a coach. And just on Monday, she was teaching us about stock, the basic of stock. So Lisa is a trainer. She rocks everything. And we want to especially send a shout out to Shawn Fair. Thank you, Shawn, for sharing the stage with us. Thank you, Rachel, for coaching us, for telling us what to say, because we don't know what to say, for helping us, for being patient, putting schedules together, answering our IMs, just everything, getting on your nerve, but you still smile at us and say, hey, loves, how can I help you? So, all right, everybody, thank you. Thank you once again, like I said, everybody, for being on the Ruby Girl Talk. And once we rock the stage, I want to interview each one of y'all separately, okay? I want you to come back, tell me how the experience was. Yes,
that's a quick question. Can you please go by Lisa's house and get some cookies and bring them to the hotel?
Lisa, you have an order for February the 12th. We want some of your cookies. And it's funny you said
That's
that.
right.
I will meet you down in the lobby. Yes, ma'am.
So it's funny that you said that, because I was going to ask Lisa, because she baked some cookies, so that I could bring some cookies for y'all. So Lisa, that was from the Lord, okay?
Two orders, Lisa. I'm putting in the
you hear that?
Yes. Yeah.
So Wendy has 2 orders.
Keep my $25 if she needs it to get the ingredients and stuff, you know.
Jermaine, did I see a hand going up, going once, going twice?
Me too.
All right. So you already got 5 orders of cookies.
That's right.
See?
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. All right. So they're going to be waiting on that cookie. So get in that kitchen and get the bacon, girl. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great and fantastic night. Thank you, everybody who's watching. I will be back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. Yes, next week. I will be back. I'm here every Tuesday. Your favorite Ruby Girl. Go to rubygirl.net to support the movement. And also, if you out there listening came in late, support one of us, or do like Lisa. Support all of us, because we need your support. So thank you so much. And don't forget, every Thursday is Ruby Girl Day. Ladies, we're going to rock Ruby Girl Day. We really rock on Ruby Girl Day. So, all right. Oh, I'm sorry, gentlemen. Maybe one day y'all will have a Ruby Guy day. But right now, it's our day. All right, y'all. Have a
All
great
right.
evening.
See everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank
Blessing to
you.
you.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.